owner Abbas, Hussain from Behind the Gloves. I'm here with Adam Smith. How are you doing, Adam?
Very good, thank you. Very excited about this week.
Right, we're here in Nottingham. Froch has just done his workout. You can just tell by the crowd's reaction how big a fight this is. How can you put this into words, this fight?
Well, I've worked at Sky for 20 years. My colleague Glenn McCrory has been at Sky for 25 years. And I think between us we can safely say this is the biggest fight on British soil that we've ever been involved in. Frank Bruno winning the world title at the old Wembley was huge. We've had big nights with Nassim Hamed and Ricky Hatton, Joe Calzaghe, David Hay, Amir Khan. But I think the beauty of this is because of the brutality and the thrills of the first fight, and the fact that obviously it was cut controversially short, leaves unfinished business. Add to the pot the fact that the two of them don't get on with each other, that they need each other to make the other one work. You've got a beautiful chemistry. And then, okay, we're in Nottingham today, everyone thinks Carl Froch is going to win, but tomorrow we're in London, everyone thinks FrochGroves2 is going to win. I mean, it's a fight that no one can predict. So you've got all those elements in the pot, put Wembley and 80,000 people, and it's a massive event.
There's been a lot of mental mind games before the first fight and now. What do you reckon both fighters will be affected by them?
I think Carl was very, very affected last time. I think George really got under his skin. I think that Carl felt that George didn't respect him at all, and I don't think that was quite right. But I think what George did was played a very, very clever psychological battle to get Carl wound up. And Carl sort of went in underestimating him, thinking he was going to knock him out, and of course after the first round knockdown realised that he was in with somebody who could really fight and who had plenty of power. So I think this time around Carl's trained differently for it. I think he's more nervous, he realises what he's up against. So I don't think the mind games have worked as well from George this time, certainly not up to this point. I think that the push on the Wembley pitch and the Rubik's Cube was a good start, but I think that Carl's held himself together a bit better on ringside, on gloves are off, and I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the next few days, the press conference, the weigh-in. But I've been very impressed with the way Carl has sort of locked himself away and has dealt with that side of it. But then again, being around George, he's very comfortable in his own skin, he's very relaxed, and he predicts he'll knock him out this time. And I think the beauty of this is we don't know. I think there will be a knockout though.
I was going to ask you, what is your prediction for this fight? Have you got one?
You know what, I really don't know, and that's being honest. Normally I'm very bold. Sometimes I get them right, sometimes I get them wrong.
Of course.
But I'm normally straight on with what I think, and I'm changing my mind every day. I wake up one morning, I think, you know what, I think George's speed and his awkwardness and his freshness, and he's all wrong for Carl. And then the next morning I wake up and think Carl will not lose this fight, a bit like Hatton against Kostas. He'll find a way to walk through, and I don't know. I really don't know, that's being honest. I'm not sitting on the fence because I'm head of Sky Boxing and I have to.
Of course.
I normally call fights, I can't call this one, and I think that's why I'm as excited as any number of fans around the country who want to see it.
What do you want to say to the fans who are going to be tuning in from not just the UK but across the world, people watching on Sky Sports and people also in Wembley? What do you want to say to these people?
Well, I think it's going to be an amazing night. I think it's a night that none of us in British boxing can really prepare for, because we've been there when Ricky Hatton and Carl and others, David Hay, have sold out the Manchester arenas for 20,000. We've been there when Ricky Hatton had 58,000 at the Etihad Stadium. None of us know what it's going to be like with 80,000. I mean, you just watch the big football finals lately and you just think, my God, there's going to be 6,000 or 7,000 on the pitch as well. It's going to be unbelievable. I think it's a cracking card and it's a fantastic main event. It's on at a great time, and I think that it's got the whole of Britain excited. I hope it's got people across the pond excited about rooting for one or the other. They're different personalities, and I think it's going to be a terrific experience for everybody.
Right, Adam, thank you very much for taking time out to talk to Behind the Gloves. This is Adam Smith and owner Abbas signing out.